social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thank you so much for tuning in on this evening. We are going to get back to our regularly scheduled Great Pookie Escape updates. So today should be an interesting one because we really don't have a whole lot as relates to the Pookies, but we do have an arrest, and y'all might have heard about it. So let's just go ahead. Let's get about it. I want to hear what you all think about it. Let's bring this in and let's talk. Start the conversation. Here we go. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
Well, the girlfriend of one of the Orleans Parish escapees is now facing charges.
U.S. Marshals arresting Dariana Burton today for conspiracy to commit simple escape, which is a felony. And as WDSU reporter Jasmine Franklin explains, this marks the first accomplice arrested for allegedly assisting convicted killer Derek Groves.
Travers and Sella, the U.S. Marshal's Office says Dariana Burton, the girlfriend of Derek Groves, was taken into custody outside of a home in New Orleans on St. Peter Street today around noon. Burton is accused of assisting inmate Derek Groves, who escaped from the Orleans Justice.
Hold on, y'all. I got to be honest. I don't know if this woman is guilty or not, but that she does not deserve that picture. My goodness, in the morning, it looks like she got caught cheating on her diet. Like, what? You caught me sticking her, trying to snatch something before Thanksgiving dinner. What in the world is this picture? That's not a mugshot. What is that? What did she do? She done got somebody mad that they done caught her sneaking an extra cookie out of the cookie jar in the office break room. Lord, this woman did not deserve that. I'm sorry.
Center nearly 1 month ago. Arrest documents allege Burton talked to Groves about his plans and involved another man on their conversations. All these conversations unfolded using an internet messaging and video system inside the jail, according to court documents. Burton is facing a charge of conspiracy to commit simple escape, which is a felony. Derek Groves is one of 2 inmates still on the run, along with Antoine Massey. The U.S. Marshal's Office says more accomplice arrests are possible.
And other agencies are uncovering information leading to arrest of associates of both of them and other people for aiding an escape or for conspiracy to commit escape. And unfortunately, this may continue as we uncover more information on people that may or may not have been involved in aiding either Mr. Massey or Mr. Groves.
And Burton is a former Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office employee. Her bond has not been set yet, but we do know she is being held in custody at a Plaquemines Parish jail. Reporting in New Orleans, Jasmine Franklin, WDSU News.
Well, we know she has got. Let me pull myself back in here. Sorry about that. We know that currently, now we know she has a $2.5 million bond. That is insane. That's it. Look, you just mad at that woman. You just mad. Y'all was just mad at her. Wow. All right. I do have another. Let me see how long this video was. I might just drop it in for y'all to check out. But Poetic Flacco did talk about this again, and I just thought he had a very interesting. Did he take the video down? He might have. I think so. It was a good response about why he thinks Derek Groves is going to be the one to last longer than the other gentleman, Antoine Massey. But it was just interesting. Yeah, she ain't getting out anytime soon. No time at all. Sister girl is cooked, as the kids would say. She is done. Here, let's bring this other one in, and then we know we're going to talk to Joe. We got to go check out Joe over at Past Jail Podcast. Let's go ahead and bring this in. Shout out to everybody who's jumped into the best live chat on the internet. Thank you so much for rocking with us. We just do this nightly update on what's going on with the great Pookie escape down there in New Orleans. It's been super fascinating. Lots of good intel. We're learning a lot. The more you look at a topic and look at it from different angles, the more you learn. So we just been having a great time. Shout out to Marshall. He has been an outstanding resource in this regard. He has been super helpful. We refer to him as Marshall the Plug, because he's always dropping new information, good intel for me to keep me up to date. Let's go. Let's go. And I think he lives in New Orleans too. When with this play? There we go.
Orleans Parish jail escapees played an intentional and active role in planning the escape.
Gabby Killett has details.
Authorities arrest Dariana Burton, a former Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office deputy recruit,
Who, me?
and Derek Grove's alleged girlfriend this morning.
The evidence is leaning toward that she aided him in escaping from Orleans Parish Prison.
U.S. Marshals arrest 28-year-old Dariana Burton for conspiracy to commit simple escape. She is one of 15 people now booked in connection with aiding the 10 inmates who broke out of the Orleans Justice Center May 16th. And she's the first person arrested and accused of helping escapee Derek Groves, a 4-time.
Does she look like she's saying, you talking to me? You about to arrest me? Who you talking to? Wait, you looking at me? What the handcuffs about to do?
Convicted killer and her alleged boyfriend.
That's
Antoine
crazy.
Massey is also on the run. His sister and alleged romantic partner have both been booked.
It's a criminal act in and of itself. It's a felony. If it helps him to locate him, that would be great. To locate either him or Mr. Massey, that would really be great. We don't know that that's going to happen.
I don't
The
think so.
Louisiana Attorney General's office shared court records with Fox 8 that say Groves video called Burton from inside the jail 2 days before the escape. Authorities say Burton was seen holding a second device up to the camera displaying an unknown man who joined the conversation remotely. They say that helped Groves communicate escape plans while avoiding the jail's monitored systems. Criminal defense attorney Craig Mordock says the recorded video calls could help Burton's eventual prosecution.
There would not be a lot of defense to a jail recorded video call in which she is saying or taking steps to assist in Derek Groves' escape.
She just
Authorities say Groves had a follow-up call with both people in which the unknown man called the escape a bad move. By that point, detectives believe Burton was already working to help coordinate the jailbreak. Police called her role intentional and active. Mordock says booking her with conspiracy as opposed to an accessory charge is telling.
The conspiracy charge means that there are two people involved in a crime. There was an agreement and an act in furtherance of the crime.
Court records also show a woman claims she video called Burton on the day of the escape and saw her in a car with escapee Lenton Van Buren. The woman says Burton eventually dropped Van Buren off at a home in New Orleans East. Marshals say they arrested Burton Monday on St. Peter's Street in New Orleans.
And Burton was arrested before for allegedly bringing a Cheetos bag with tobacco and synthetic marijuana inside of the jail when she was a deputy recruit. At the time she worked as an officer, Groves was incarcerated. Now, Attorney General Liz Murrill released a statement about the arrest Monday, vowing to also return Groves and Massey to custody. Officials arrest a former Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office recruit. Authorities say helped at least.
So this story has gone so far down the rabbit hole. I just can't believe it. Now, I would like to just to have a lighter hearted approach to this. We're going to listen to Joe from After Prison podcast because he has a After Prison show. Please forgive me. He has a very interesting take on this because I kind of forgot when they first started arresting accomplices or associates, they arrested a woman but didn't charge her with anything. And fun fact, it was Miss Burton. So, and that was early on. It was like within the first 2 weeks. But now they are charging her, and it just seems wild. So let's just bring Joe in. We might still listen to Poetic Flacco. I might not. I like what he said, but I just want to give you all a chance to hear a lot of different perspectives on this because this case is going to go on. Matter of fact, Joe even talks about how people are living in Angola. All right, so let's just bring up good old Joe. Shout out to Sherry. I'm sorry, Shonda. I see you. Grace and peace to you, sister. Grace and peace. Good to see you. And of course, always appreciate Brother Marshall in the building. Thank y'all, everybody who's jumped in with us. Put that up there. Let's go. Let's go.
It's been nearly 4 weeks since the jail escape took place down in New Orleans, and Derek Groves and Antoine Massey are still out there on the run, living their best life as fugitives. With every day that passes, you got to imagine these guys are probably standing an even better chance of remaining just that, fugitives at large, evading capture. But folks, we do have some news to report. There has just, I guess yesterday, been another arrest of a person accused of helping to aid these escapees. And this is another person that worked at the Orleans Parish Justice Center. Except different from Sterling Williams, because he was actually a current employee. This latest arrest was a former employee, and also somebody who was mentioned to be an ex-girlfriend of Derek Groves. Also, a mother speaks out of one of the former escapees who has since been captured about how her son's time is now being housed at Angola State Prison, the largest maximum security prison in the United States, and also referred to as Alcatraz of the South. And wait until you hear what they have to say about their current conditions versus the jail that they escaped from. But let's go ahead and begin with this former jail employee and also ex-girlfriend of Derek Groves.
What in the world is this picture? This is not a mugshot. It's the side of her head. Like, this is not a mugshot. What is this? They did that woman wrong. She deserved it, though. Let's just put it in perspective. She deserved it, helping the Pookies escape. But my word, my goodness, let's go.
Just being arrested and I believe charged, possibly yesterday, for helping to aid in this escape. As we begin this, I want to say I actually heard about this a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week, possibly 2 weeks ago, where this particular person was arrested but potentially not charged. And maybe now all of a sudden they have finally charged this woman with aiding these escapees. I'm not sure why there was such a delay in terms of charging this woman versus how things went with the previous people who helped to aid in this escape. Possibly it was just a slow news day. Maybe authorities felt like they had to do something, because as of right now, there is absolutely nothing in relation to Derek Groves and Antoine Massey to report on.
Crazy.
These guys are absolutely in the wind. But interesting to note, I want to start first with the first story that I ran across in relation to this particular woman like a week or two ago. Actually filmed about this but never shared it because I wasn't exactly sure what to make of the news that was being reported. It was kind of confusing. Folks, this information that I'm getting ready to share with you is being re-reported just yesterday, but this information actually first broke on May 31st from a story with a headline that reads, "Friends and family of New Orleans fugitives arrested for aiding jail escape." And though the information first shared about this woman was confusing because I wasn't sure whether or not she had actually been charged for helping to aid in this escape, they did share about why she was a former jail employee and not a current one. And this information is crazy. Former jail employee appears linked to the escape. After the audacious escape in the early morning hours of May 16th, a woman who police described as associated with Groves picked up and transported escapee Van Buren to a relative's residence, the documents show. Now, when this information first came out about this woman, they weren't identifying her neither.
I remember
En route, she called Van Buren's sister who came to meet them. This woman, who has not been charged with aiding in the escape, shares the same name as a former Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office employee, according to court records. Back in 2003, that employee was arrested for bringing in a folding knife and a bag of Cheetos containing tobacco and marijuana into the jail. She was fired for bringing in contraband and also a weapon. But folks, this gets even crazier. Those charges were dropped in part due to the woman's lack of a criminal history and because she successfully completed a pretrial diversion program. I've never heard of somebody committing a felony and those charges getting completely dropped because of the fact that they don't have a criminal history, when in fact they are caught committing a crime. I'm not trying to hate on this woman at all for these charges being dropped. The Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office did not respond to a request for comment. Was there more going on in this particular case?
Good question.
Hey, drop these charges against me or else I'm going to spill the beans about everything I know taking place in this jail. Could be a plausible scenario. Like I said, all of this information came out on May the 29th. Now, all of a sudden, we're charging this woman. Why did it take so long for this particular woman to be charged when, again, in other cases, hey, they were quick to the draw to just charge everybody? Again, I'm thinking, slow news day, not a lot to report. Where do we go from here? We don't have a clue where these guys are at. Antoine Massey is trolling us on Instagram. We're looking like fools. Is there anybody who we haven't arrested yet? Oh, wait a minute. That former jail guard. Remember, she was fired for bringing in that folding knife and the weed and tobacco in a false bottom and a bag of Cheetos. Let's go get her. That way we can show some kind of progress. Which brings us to breaking news just yesterday at 3 p.m., folks. Girlfriend of Orleans Justice Center escapee Derek Groves arrested in New Orleans. Authorities arrested Dariana Burton for conspiracy after New Orleans jail escape. Folks, look at this picture. It's like the police just took a picture of her right there when they put the handcuffs on her. This isn't even a mugshot, I don't think. Looks like this photo was taken in her living room. Also looks like she was probably talking a little bit of trash to the cops when they arrested her, too. A woman believed to be the girlfriend of New Orleans jail escapee Derek Groves was arrested on Monday, according to the U.S. Marshal and Attorney General Liz Murrill. We have confirmed they were an on and off again relationship for 3 years. Attorney General Murrill's office said in a statement, 28-year-old Dariana Burton was wanted on a Louisiana Attorney General's warrant for conspiracy
28. She 28? She thrown away all her life, and she looked like she done threw away a lot of her life. What in the world?
Commit simple escape. Man, if you got a warrant from the Attorney General's office, that sounds pretty serious. Officials say she was arrested in the 2600 block of St. Peter Street without incident. Burton was an Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office employee from August 2022 to March 2023 when she was caught bringing contraband into the jail. Did her and Derek Groves potentially meet while he was incarcerated? And she then was a correctional officer. Was he able to compromise her during that time? Hey, beautiful. Would you be willing to bring me a pocket knife in here, as well as some weed and cigarettes? When she was caught bringing contraband into the jail. She was arrested and charged with bringing the contraband into the jail, but the DA's office later refused the charges. I know there's more than what they're letting on in relation to that particular case. The sheriff's office fired her after the incident. Her arrest comes 3 weeks after 10 inmates escaped the Orleans Parish Justice Center. So far, 8 have been captured. Derek Groves and Antoine Massey still remain on the run. We will continue to pursue anyone and everyone who has aided and abetted these criminals. We will find you, arrest you, and prosecute you to the full extent of the law. I'd like to thank the U.S. Marshal Service for executing our warrant for this woman. We will eventually get Antoine Massey and Derek Groves back to prison where they belong. Burton has been transported to the Pequemins Parish Jail. Forgive me for the theatrics right there, but I do feel like this particular story and arrest is more of a publicity stunt. Again, with first mentioning this woman 2 weeks ago, why all of a sudden is she just now being arrested? You know what? As I share this.
And why? She had 2 weeks to get herself dolled up. She knew she was going to get arrested. Why y'all roll out this picture? She couldn't have gone to Ola Mills, little glamour shot. little super cuts. You know, put a filter on. Y'all, come on. Y'all did this woman cold, dirty, low down. And somebody asked, what is this about? We are every night, Lady Luck Club. Shout out to you. Fantastic content creator. Lady Luck Club soda. Okay, I got you. What we do is we've been discussing the New Orleans, the great Pookie escape, which is this 10 inmates that escaped from New Orleans Justice Center about a month ago. They caught 8 of them. There's 2 of them still on the run. They've arrested everybody and their cousin as accomplices. I would suggest that you stay out of New Orleans and Louisiana just as a precautionary tale, because they might arrest you just because. So there's 2 cats that are still out, and they have no clue what they are, and it's crazy. So anyway, we just every night go over this, get a highlight of what's been going on. We were hoping that we'd see some arrests, but here we are. And we also been talking about some other escapes, because this is kind of like escape season where inmates be trying to get up out of jail. Inmates be trying to get about. Let's go.
I come up with a possible scenario. Maybe they let her stay out on the loose, feeling like she could potentially lead authorities to these remaining 2 fugitives. You know what? Let's do things different with this woman. She was an on and off girlfriend of Derek Groves. If we keep her on the streets and watch her, let's put surveillance on her 24/7. Maybe these escapees come to us instead. That's actually quite plausible why they waited to not just arrest this woman, but charge her. When again, it sounds like back on May the 29th, she was originally arrested, but not charged. Things continue to come full circle with the developments that we have to share here today. This woman, Burton, was charged for aiding and abetting. It doesn't sound like she was helping Derek Groves, her boyfriend. It sounds like they arrested her for helping one of the former escapees who's since been caught, Linton Van Buren, which is interesting to note because it was just his mother who recently spoke out about how his current conditions are now that he's been transferred to a maximum security prison, the largest maximum security prison in the United States, Angola State Prison, again referred to as Alcatraz of the South. And it sounds like things are better for this guy here than at this particular jail in New Orleans. What families are saying. Natasha, mom of escapee Linton Van Buren, told the news, he was like, "Ma, it's better than New Orleans jail. They feed us hot food. We all together." Van Buren is now in Angola prison. He was recaptured days after the escape and is one of several inmates who say jail conditions in New Orleans were dangerous and dehumanizing. You know, at some point, you got to take heed to what these guys are saying, especially for an individual like Linton Van Buren, who wasn't even in jail originally for charges as severe as some of these other escapees. In fact, the information about Linton Van Buren's original charges prior to the New Orleans jail escape indicate he was in jail facing charges of illegally carrying weapons, possession of firearms or weapon by a felon, obstruction of justice, and introducing contraband into a prison. Granted, you're probably looking at like a 10-piece for these charges combined, maybe even a little bit more. But in comparison to some of these other prisoners who were facing life sentences and numerous decades in prison, these are some of the lesser type of charges that we're seeing of these escapees. And this guy still risked additional time being added onto his sentence if he did escape and in fact was apprehended like he was. Could there be truth to the fact that these guys are saying this jail was so freaking deplorable? I did an interview with an unnamed prisoner in Orleans Parish Jail.
Okay, so Joe is going to actually, this is crazy. So we've heard this, that the living conditions inside Orleans Parish were really bad, very deplorable, and such like that. Watch this. I was kind of taken aback, like, yo, okay, here comes.
An exclusive. The news doesn't even have that information. Where this particular prisoner, who is not even nowhere near where the escape took place, he's multiple floors up. The escape took place on the first floor of the facility. They've been dealing with no water since the escape, which I'm sure at this point they've had to have corrected. But this man shared with us that they were forced to use the restroom inside of an igloo cooler. Are you in the same place where those guys, where all the news is coming out of?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you guys haven't had water in 7 days?
We don't. And the poop is piled up past the toilet. Oh, it's messed up. They was giving us a plastic bag to use the bathroom in a igloo cooler. You know the coolers they have on the football field that they throw.
That's crazy work, man.
Yeah. It's bad. It's real bad.
If the conditions are so bad inside of a facility, the risk versus the reward factor could possibly change drastically. Van Buren also said we all together, seeming like all of the escapees that have been captured at this point, 8 of them, are all together at this Angola State Prison. And just to clarify, Angola State Prison is nothing to take lightly. This is a place that is notoriously known for a long history of violence. There's over 6,000 prisoners here, 1,800 staff and correctional officers. And if you look up the Wikipedias on this particular prison, it's as long as a book in regards to the history of this place. So if a place like this, which is essentially got to be hell on earth, is better than the conditions were at a particular jail, what does that say about that jail? Folks, that's all the information that I've got here today. Just wanted to bring you the very latest and hope you found some interest in this. If you did so, please leave a like and a comment on this video letting me know exactly what you...
Y'all know I go ahead. Y'all know I went ahead and hit the like button for Joe. Team Joe. Joe is a member of the Dear Woke Christian Nation, the gang for sure. If you don't mind, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. Yeah, and like this is crazy work. That sentence right there is insane. Shonda, I don't even know what to do with that one. That is crazy work. So yeah, that's how bad it was. So I mean, do we blame these guys for making a run for it? I don't know. But when you didn't have that much time anyway, and you're risking it all, I don't know, man. That might not have been the best move. I'm kind of conflicted on that part. Now, I do appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. We've every night we do this, just kind of going over what's new, what's going on in the great Pookie escape. I wouldn't mind. There is another quick video, not quick actually. It's kind of long, but it's Poetic Flacco kind of going over what has happened so far, as well as some of the theories and hypothesis as relates to Massey and Grove. So if you're interested in the chat, go ahead and give me some green hearts. So let me know if you really want to check that one out. We'll bring Poetic in and in the night with Flacco. So let me know. Put it in the chat if you would. Joe is an algorithm. Is in my algorithm now. I sub to him. Absolutely. Joe, hey, he seems like a cool cat. Now, some of his stuff is kind of high octane, kind of spicy conversation, but it's interesting. So I'm glad that he's doing this, especially since he has the Gray Bar Hotel experience. It does add some insight that we don't know, because I am not a Gray Bar Hotel resident ever. And that's not my plan at all. But let me know if y'all want to check out Flacco. We'll pull him in for sure and just get a quick little second. And well, actually not quick. It's about 13 minutes. But he has an interesting theory as it relates to the last 2 remaining Pookies out there, and who's going to get caught, why one is going to get caught, why the other one isn't, so on and so forth. I think it's super interesting. So let's bring them in. Let's get ready to go. If you don't mind, let me know that you can hear green hearts in the chat. Let's go.
He keeps evading the police, especially... I don't know how Antoine Massey keeps evading the police, especially in this era where they can track everything on you. They can track your phone. They can track your laptop. They can track your AirPods. But he has found a way. He keeps making the police look absolutely foolish. Antoine Massey in your upper left-hand corner is one of the most impressive human beings I've ever seen. Antoine Massey reminds me of Jordan in '89. Not only did Antoine Massey escape from prison once, which is impressive, but come to find out, this man has escaped 4 times. And why I compare him to Jordan, only Jordan will be on a basketball court and tell you he's going right, tell you he's going left, tell you I'm a crossover, go left and lay it up. And he's telling you to move before he do it and you still can't stop it. The jail knows Antoine Massey is planning to escape because he's done it 4 other times. And even though they know he's planning to escape, they know he's trying to get up out of there, they still can't stop him. To me, that's impressive. It's even more impressive that he's one of the last 2 that hasn't been caught yet. This man got nothing but face tattoos, got the most recognizable face in America, but somehow he's still the last 2 left. Now, when I say last 2, I damn near want to say he's the last one left because Derek Groves, bro, they ain't never catching him, bro. Derek is gone. Bro, Derek caught like 4 bodies and they let him escape. Man, y'all ain't never catching this man, bro. So I feel like the prospects of Derek Groves being caught, bro, we're not even worrying about that one, bro. He is out of here. But Antoine Massey being the last one left is really impressive, especially when you take into consideration his entire family is telling on his boy. Antoine Massey is the definition of clutch. This man don't fold under pressure. This man escaped from jail, and his entire family is writing on him, bro. His entire family is doing interviews telling him to turn himself in, cooperate with the police. When you escape from prison and your family can't help you, where do you go?
While the reward has also increased for the jail escapees in New Orleans. 10 inmates broke out of the Orleans Parish Jail 2 weeks ago, and 2 inmates are still on the run. Derek Groves and Antoine Massey.
Family members of Massey say they have no idea where he could be, and they're begging him to surrender.
Your little son is asking for his dad. He don't know where you may be, and I don't want to keep on wondering where you may be.
Antoine, I'm begging you, son. I'm broken. Please, get in touch with Reverend Brown, your grandfather, your aunties, your sister, somebody, and turn yourself in. I need you. I cannot do this, son.
Breaks your heart. Crime Stopper says the reward for information leading to an arrest is now $50,000.
Which is why him outlasting almost everyone else is really impressive. Even the people he thought he could trust, like his auntie right here, who was on social media talking about how great of a guy Antoine is, how Antoine is innocent. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. She put her neck on the line for Antoine, bruh. As soon as the feds hit her up, bruh, it appears that she folded on Antoine. And we'll explain why I'm saying I think she folded and dropped the dime on our boy Antoine Massey.
But right now, our family is going through. You is opening up old wounds that we are trying to bury. We are trying to bury them. Y'all making my nephew out to be a monster. He is not a monster. Is Antoine a problem child? Of course. Anybody who know us know that. Has Antoine been a problem since day one? Yes. But how did he get that way? Y'all know how he got that way. From watching his father get executed in front of him, but he's not the only one that it done affected. It affected his sister, it affected his mama, it affected all of his siblings. Do you understand what I'm saying? It affected all of them. But this is his story with it. His sister right now is locked up and incarcerated from allegedly helping him. Allegedly helping him. She ain't been right since she seen the murder of her father. I need for y'all to lift this family up in prayer. To tell us where y'all at, man. Do y'all want to relive this again? Y'all still ain't healed from my brother death. Y'all still ain't healed from his death. And y'all gonna watch this go down in national TV, bro. I'm trying not to get upset because I've been crying all day at work today and I had to flip tables and now. This not his fault, y'all, and I'm not taking no sides. And I'm not trying to make excuses for him. But this not for him, y'all. Because trust me, he's scared right now. He's scared. He want to go home because he the type of he will make decisions and think afterwards.
I have no doubt family members like her is why he's even in this situation, bruh. Because they done babied and cuddled this dude his entire life. Even in a situation where he's inexplicably 100,000% wrong and in the wrong, they're still making excuses, claiming that he's not in the wrong. He ain't no better. He's terrified. He's a scared little puppy. We promise he didn't know what he was doing. He just made decisions. Nah, bro, this man is like almost 30. He is a grown man, bro. This man is making bad decisions, and that's why he's in the current situation he's in, bruh. Something happened to this man when he was like 2 years old. To me, it's important. It probably affected his childhood, gave him trauma that, that's probably lingering. But to me, that's not an excuse for why you are a career criminal at 28 years old escaping from prison. That's just my perspective, though. But here's where she comes into factor, okay? So Antoine Massey dropped the video while on the run. He recorded the video in this particular house that a lot of us who don't know who Antoine Massey is probably don't know where this house is. And he also released the video on his Instagram. Now, in this video, he explained how the prison is corrupt, how he's being framed, he didn't do anything, the justice system is lying on him, the woman admitted she lied on him. So he pleaded his case to the public.
Well, tonight, a viral video on social media shows Antoine Massey discussing his escape. The video prompted police to raid a home in the fairgrounds area Monday night.
WDSU reporter Jasmine Franklin is live. Jasmine, you spoke with neighbors who witnessed the whole thing.
Yeah, Stella and Gina, neighbors tell me there was a large police presence outside of that home yesterday evening during the search for inmate Antoine Massey, who's been on the run for nearly 3 weeks.
I immediately ran to my front door. I looked out. I saw lots of cops, detectives in normal clothes with huge guns. I'm assuming it was like AKs.
Natalie Yusei was shocked to see police with weapons drawn right outside of her home Monday evening. This video showing the moments SWAT teams surrounded a home in the fairgrounds area.
And I know that that house has a bunch of ruckus, and I've seen some sketchy things over there. I just never assumed something like this would happen.
This is where investigators believe Massey recorded this viral video. Family members tipped off police about a location on Agriculture Street, and Monday night around 10 p.m.
Come on, dog. This man can ball and play the ref at the same time. The family is tipping off the police to where this man is located, bro. This is why, Antoine Massey is the most impressive human being ever, bro. Most people, when they escape, got the full support of their family, man. Their family might not get involved, right? Because they don't want to get, some type of crime or felony for, aiding and abetting.
They getting everybody now.
But, at least the family ain't going to do is turn you in and rat you out, bro. This man, family is working against him. The police is working against him. His resources working against him. And he's still finding no way. Nah. This is Michael Jordan, bro. Now, when they got to the home, Big Antoine was already 5 steps ahead, man. All right, he already dished the clothes, and he was already out.
Neighbors say police raided the home.
And I heard when they broke the door, and I could hear it from my back room. So they were loud.
Massey was not inside, but investigators say they recovered the clothes he wore when he recorded the video.
It's a bit shocking because I've been wiring this house for the past 2 weeks.
Right next door, the search for Massey also prompted police to break inside a vacant home, according to an electrician who has been working on this house for 2 weeks.
When I came this morning, I saw the door kicked open, and I called the house owner, and he was trying to search around.
All this while family members beg Massey to turn himself in.
They his biggest op. Now, multiple family members could have been involved in the snitching on Massey, right? Multiple could have tipped off the police. But the one person I didn't expect, that I did not expect to admit they're working with the police or they have been cooperating with the police is the...
All right. Oh, I caught it right at the word. In the chat, who do you think it is that is working with the police? Who do you think it is? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Who do you think it is? What family member of Massey is? I don't want to leave Flacco looking like that. What family member of Massey do you think has been helping the feds, helping the authorities, the police? Who do you think it is? Shout out to my Chaos Brew. Thank you so much for stopping by. We got to talk about some stuff too, by the way. I'm gonna shoot you an email. He said the yelling woman. That's his auntie. So we'll go with that. Absolutely. Anybody else? That is just so crazy, man. But you are absolutely positively, if you were saying the auntie, guess what? You are 100% correct. Let's go.
Or they have been cooperating with the police It's the aunt who was on video crying her eyes out, talking about my nephew ain't evil, forgive him.
Been forthcoming with authorities about what you know about where your nephew is or who might be helping him?
Yes, I had some officers actually meet me today here at my home, asking me a few questions because they seen some of my videos that I had recently put out, especially the last one where I told Antoine, myself that I saw the video and for him to turn himself in. So I guess the authorities here in Atlanta picked up on that video and wanted to come here and ask me a few questions. And I was very cooperative with them.
Y'all, look, I live here in Atlanta. I am a spokesperson for ATL. Y'all keep all of y'all tomfoolery, all of your stir-fried shenanigans. Keep that somewhere else. Atlanta is closed. Closed. No, absolutely positively not. I did not know this woman lived here in Atlanta. Y'all, come on. Please stop it. Atlanta is not that great. Our traffic is not that good. I mean, it is that bad. So just stay away. Stay away. Like, get out of here. Lord have mercy. Let's go.
Yes.
So my understanding is that you have a son who's in that same jail. What does he make of how this was pulled off and his cousin's suggestion that he was let out, that he didn't escape?
Well, as far as my son and Antoine was on two different separate tiers, and I thank God they didn't run into each other. But for stories that I get from my son pertaining to this it's very low key in there with the information as of now, because now they are having the right authorities walking and monitoring the prison as they should have before.
I think I want to switch my parlay back, man. Initially, I had Antoine Massey as the underdog to be the last one caught. And then when I seen Antoine Massey made a video while on the run, I said, okay, bro, let me get my parlay back. I switched over to Derrick Groves. Now I'll be real, man. I'm impressed, bro. Not only is this man family telling on him, not only do he don't have any resources, this man is posting on social media at the same time while on the run and still haven't gotten caught yet. I knew that Antoine Massey was a winner. I knew he was my pick. When I seen Antoine Massey have the bravery and the boldness to post an Instagram picture, taunting the police, letting them know, hey, bro, y'all can't catch me. Bro, look at this greatness right here, bro. This man posted, my name is Antoine Massey. I'm innocent, in his best fit yet. This man is posting up in his best fit. He probably done got from somewhere, probably stole it, bro. This man don't fold under pressure. This man is actually saying it's too easy. I'm going to create pressure. I'm going to incentivize y'all to want to catch me some more. Nah, man. Derrick, you in trouble, bro. A lot of people, like 90% of people on social media have their money on Derrick for being the last one caught. Yo, I'm going back to Antoine, man. My money on Antoine. Antoine, please don't betray me, bro. Treat my money and my parlay as if it's yours, bro. As if it's yours. Don't let me down. Don't make me a fool for defying my one and only rule in life, man, which is never trust a ninja with a face tattoo. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Who do you guys think is going to get called last? And do you guys blame Antoine Massey's family for telling? Because all jokes aside, man, I don't blame his family, bro, for telling, man. Listen, man, if you are filming in our houses,
right,
and we could be somewhat, I guess, caught up for aiding and abetting, bro, I'm turning your butt in too, man. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? And if you're still watching, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen to find out why this YouTuber is claiming that Ray J threatened to kill him after he...
Guess what, everybody? That was all I had scheduled to go over. Guess what also, everybody? Some new information has just come out. So apparently one of the city councilmen has been out here in these YouTube streets, out in the social media streets, out here talking to the news about, I'm kind of amazed about this. Apparently there are keys missing to the jail. I really wish I was making this up. I really wish I was making this up. So apparently keys are missing to
New
the
Orleans. This is a
Okay, and we've seen this guy before. He is definitely laid back today, though. He is not at work, but he's talking about that there are keys missing. Yo, we can't. This story, you don't understand mind chaos. This story has just it is the best. I mean, I'm literally doing I will do a stream every night about this because this story just keeps getting gooder and gooder. It's crazy. I really don't believe that this. I'm like, at what point are we gonna say this is an episode of 24 or some? What? Now the keys are missing. Y'all, please. What do we say here? That's crazy. You can access keys in jail unless you are in certain places. Well, let's see what they're saying. Let's see.
super short update on my previous video regarding the sheriff's office. Since that video, we've had the opportunity to meet with a few whistleblowers who used to work at the sheriff's office. A lot of troubling stuff came out of that. What you'll see below is a sample of over 3,000 open work orders that have not been done. This is work in the prison the sheriff has known about that was not done, but there's one particular thing that I want to bring to your attention. So we heard a lot during our meetings, and the sheriff's been in the media talking about how there's so many busted locks in the jail.
Right.
And how locks are a problem. One of the whistleblowers we met with as a former employee said that when they left, there was one key thing the sheriff's office doesn't collect. These are the keys to the jail. These are actual keys to the actual jail. I want to highlight.
Hold on. Let's just stop. Hold on. Let's take a second. Hold on, y'all. Y'all, hold on. Let's come up to the front of the church. Everybody come up to the front of the church. All of y'all. Ushers, deacons, first ladies, all of y'all come up to the front of the church. Y'all, we need to pray. Is this man about to tell us that? Hold on, let me pull him back in here. He need to come up here too. Is he about to show us that when people leave the job, they don't take their key cards and their keys? They just let them keep their keys? Y'all, come on. This is a joke. Y'all. Y'all. So I'm starting to. Okay, let's go back. Let's rewind time. When Antoine Massey said he was let out, what if one of the inmates had keys? What if an inmate was passed some keys? And that's how they got out the Sally Port. That's how they got out. Shoot, maybe they walked out the front gate. Maybe they unlocked. I'm just being stupid, but this has got to be the most ridiculous. Okay. I got to see this now.
Highlight right here so you can see keys to the jail. So it doesn't really matter if the locks are broken when you fire people and don't take back the keys.
Y'all, I should have started with this. This right here. Hey, I have if the moderators could in the chat, I have a playlist called The Great Pookie Escape. So if you want to catch up on the whole thing, you can see it pretty much every night we've been doing this. You can jump in and kind of figure out, get a good lay of the land, so to speak. Mind Chaos Brew. This is insane.
It is beyond disconcerting to me when you look at recent stories of the fact that one of the escapees was dating a former employee of the sheriff's office, in light of the fact that the sheriff does not confiscate keys from former employees, that maybe you don't need to have the Shawshank Redemption digging a hole to escape. Maybe he didn't need to hire or scare a maintenance worker into doing it when any employee could walk out with the keys. We've seen call logs the sheriffs have of when keys are lent to people. And what's terrifying is that on those list of logs about the keys, it literally notes that there's no reason given to give someone access to keys. They're just keys are out.
His snark. Is this a Louisiana thing? I'm all about his snark. His shade that he's throwing is high level. There's some high level shadeitude right here. I don't know if this is something that y'all do down in New Orleans, but if that's how y'all get down, my hat tip to y'all. This is some grade A sharp snark right here. I'm loving it.
So if it's this easy to get the keys to the jail,
why are you rattling them?
Why spend millions changing the locks? I don't think a mug is necessary today. I think this is plenty, but there's a lot more information to come out soon as we continue to meet with these whistleblowers to give us more information. But like I said, why change the locks? Was this easy to get the keys? Talk to you soon, world.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask a question. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. In the chat, if you believe that he's telling the truth, that JP Morrell is telling the truth, please put a key emoji in the chat. If you think he's lying, put a cap, baseball cap. So we can say cap. Either he's true or he's lying. Okay. Let me get mine ready. I could put myself in there. I could put a J Win in there. There you go. No, okay. If you think he's telling the truth, put a key emoji. If you think he is being less than truthful, put a baseball cap. Ooh, okay. All right, okay. I got mine. Bruce said she think he lying. Okay. Piggy just I don't even know. I'm gonna go with I believe those were keys that he had. Cap 100. So you think he's lying? The worst is the key. This is worse than the Keystone Cops. Pun intended. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. So y'all saying that y'all don't trust him. So he's not being honest in your opinion. All right. Well, guess what? I'm gonna vindicate you all because the sheriff has responded to this. And she has said in no uncertain terms that this is not true. You literally cannot leave with keys. Okay. So, let me ask this question then. What did he have in his hands? Were those not the keys? Was he literally just pulling a ruse? Was he just playing? Was he just, why would he do that? Like that would be aggressive. That would call for a lot of investigation. He's saying he's got keys and they're not really the keys. They're keys to his garage and his shed and his lawnmower. That would be shady. That'd be pretty low down. So what do y'all think? Okay, so let me bring this in. We're gonna give the other side of the discussion. Right here. Controversy between councilman and OPSO over alleged jail keys. A New Orleans city councilman and the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office are clashing over an alleged set of jail keys Tuesday, June 10th. City Councilman JP Morrell, we just watched that, posted a video on Instagram where he claims that he has possession of a set of keys from the Orleans Parish Jail. He said he was given these keys by a whistleblower who works at the facility. However, officials with the OPSO said that they are in possession of all the keys to the jail. All right. They said they got all the keys to the jail. There ain't no keys out there. The state attorney general's office said they would look into the matter. They said that if the keys exist, they will take possession of them. All right. And all right. So they saying, look, try to see if there's anything else. Nope, that was it. All right. So that was a very short reply, but they saying cap. Sheriff Hutton is saying, no, sir, amigo. Those are not our keys. What y'all think? What y'all think? They trying to pass the buck because there was neglect in that jail. I agree. Because the jail was so poorly run for the mile, well, because the jail was so poorly run, the mile that it took to believe that they would allow somebody to keep their keys really turns into like 2 feet. I totally believe it. I totally believe that. Now, again, I don't have all the information. I'm just taking JP Morrell's word for it, as well as what we've seen so far in this last month, talking about the great Pookie escape. I believe that is possible. I believe that it's very possible they did not collect those keys. Now, the issue is he has a set of keys in his hand. If he pops up, let me bring this back in. That music is crazy. I mean, he has a set of keys in his hand. What are those keys? If it, they are somebody's keys. I mean, like, right. I mean, if he's lying and these are just again like his lawnmower keys and some old keys in grandma's closet and stuff like that, then that's low down on him. But if those are really keys to the jail, how did he get them? And it's really simple. I mean, they're labeled. So if he rolls up in there and says, "Hey, let me show you that I can go into your office. Let me show you that I can open up the cell block. Let me show you I can open up the gun closet." That would be problematic, because then it's going to be like, how did he get these keys? Now, sure, we can say he stole them. He swiped them off somebody himself, or the whistleblower was telling the truth. And that's really what happened. They really never did collect those keys. Now, what if another whistleblower goes to the attorney, the DA, and does the same thing? Says, "Hey, here's my set of keys." Would that help y'all say, "Oh, whoa, well, there's a problem here," or go to another council person, or go to the news, whatever, and says, "Hey, I have my set of keys too," because that's all it's going to take is 2 or 3 other people to corroborate this, and this story is going to go south really quickly for them to say that they also said that is he in the office? I mean, he's probably looks like he's at his crib, and it looks like it's probably his den or something. I mean, he's got the Captain America situation going on back there. It looks like a Marvel Captain Carter poster back there in the back. Yeah, it looks like he's probably at his house. Wait, why did make this man a target man? Well, Antoine was adamant that he was let out. We said there was more to the story. So again, like if an inmate had the keys, that would definitely corroborate being let out. Now, I wish Antoine had been a little bit more forthright about what let out meant, but maybe he didn't want to didn't want to put somebody on blast, because if they knew, like for example, if Antoine had said, "Yeah, one of us had a set of keys," well, then they would have started digging in and say, "Well, which which person had a relationship with anybody? Maybe they had key." That might have messed them up a little bit. So it's just interesting. Dude has his keys. Well, this was allegedly a whistleblower, though, Laura. This is a whistleblower that gave Morrell those keys. So he wasn't the whistleblower, was already, I think, quit or retired or got fired. I think they said quit. I thought they said quit. And they never collected the keys from him, is what he's saying. Yeah, it's not a lap too far to believe that they were irresponsible and did not collect the keys. That does not seem like a hard or a difficult thing to conclude. Like, is it possible? Absolutely. Unequivocally, it is possible. So it is more, I mean, it is more than possible, in my opinion. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about it though. Oh, I got you. But yeah, I think this is so wow. This story just keeps getting layers. So if the moderators could just grab the link to the Great Pookie Escape playlist. If you haven't been keeping up with this story has been bonkers. I did not think it was going to be this exciting and fun every day to talk about this, but here we are. I mean, I think that LA story is going to be just as wild, but this is just crazy, man. Like every single day, every day there's something new, whether it be arresting accomplices, whether it be getting going live on Instagram. So what's off? Tell me what's off. What's off? But now there's a lot about this case that's off. Mind Chaos. There's a lot about this case that's off. There might be a plot to get rid of Susan Hutton or make her look bad. So Michelle Woodfork, who's running against her to win the office of sheriff this October. Okay. And we theorized about that in early, and like day 2. What if one of her ops had helped out with this? We did kind of theorize about that. I wouldn't be surprised, but I hate to say it, it seems like Susan Hutton is in trouble no matter what, because the jail itself has some physical complications that are not going to be able to just kind of whisk away. But then also she has some leadership problems that are not going to be addressed until she spends some time working on that. So I don't think she's gonna. I mean, I believe probably New Orleans politics is probably super grimy. I just don't think that she's actually, in my opinion, the best thing she should do is cut ties and go ahead and try another area. Because think about it, she allegedly suspended her campaign, and let's just say for laughs and giggles, this goes on until the end of August. Let's say that they are not able to catch these guys, but let's say they catch them at the end of August. Her campaign has been suspended for almost 3 months. That's crazy. How's she going to start up again? And then, now granted, people are going to be happy and glad that they caught the last 2 Pookies, sure. But are people going to say, ma'am, we're ready to elect you? I still think she's in trouble. I don't think there's any way for her to, there's no redeemable way, or I don't see a path to victory for her, in my opinion. But I want to hear what y'all think, though. What do you think? You think it's possible? Something was up. Piggy Dude says it's possible. There might be some shenanigans going on. There's some shenanigans happening up in there. I'm pretty certain. I can tell you when shenanigans happen, and I feel comfortable to say that those are some shenanigans. And it's so wild, man. So this case has just been super interesting. I'm glad we ran across it because there's just so many layers to it. So many things in it that just didn't make sense, that don't make sense. They make you say, So kind of like Chaos says right here, seems off. There's a lot of things in this case that are off. You're not the only one. You are not the only one. Not even by a mile. What do we got here? So yeah, I just think it's interesting, and thankfully I'm glad we ran across it. Glad we ran into Joe and the prison podcast for sure. But yeah, I mean, all these little layers of this, like, think about it. Or let me start again. Who is keeping Antoine Massey going when it looks like on paper, at least, his whole family is ratting him out. His whole family is begging him to turn himself in. How in the world is he still out there? Who's propping him up? They done arrested his girlfriend. I think they got his baby mama. They're gonna probably arrest his nephew. They're gonna arrest his son. Who is keeping him going? Somebody is, but who is it? I would love to know. All right, let's see. All right. What we got here? You have about 28 minutes to your next live. I got another live schedule. Who, me? Do I have another one? Oh, I'm sorry. It's a update on the Vegas shooting. It's an update on the Vegas shooting. And I'm going to end in a second anyway. But and I'll jump into the live. It's just an update. Because of course the guy that deleted those 2 people on the Vegas Strip last night or the night before, he was arrested or turned himself in. He actually turned himself in. And it's just an update on that, because I'm sure that's going to be a very interesting case, and I think that case is going to have some ramifications on YouTube that people don't realize yet. So that's why I want to talk about it. So yeah, it's a premiere. Thank you so much. Well, jump on in there and let me know, Piggy Doo. Oh, it's all good. Girl, don't you even worry about it. Don't you even worry about it. Don't you even sweat it. But everybody, I want to thank y'all so much. This is such a wild case. And I really appreciate y'all taking the time, not only to rock with me and to jump into the best live chat on the internet, but to give me your 2 cents. All that kind of stuff matters. And it matters that you put those green hearts in the chat. Let me know that you are part of the best live chat on the internet. it matters that you hit that like button and hit that bell notification. Because I don't know if YouTube has made some adjustments, but nobody's getting notifications as far as I know. And not just me, but other channels as well. So it matters that y'all come and rock with me. I don't know what to do to fix it. YouTube has made some kind of adjustment that people are not getting notifications. If you want to double check and make sure, I'm subscribed to the channel, I hit notifications, I hit all or personal, whatever the notification option that you chose, hey, appreciate you. I really do. And if you're a subscriber, I really thank you so much, because you, my subscribers and my members, you all really drive this channel and really help make the most out of it. So I really appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to the channel, help your brother out. I'm trying to hit my 50,000, trying to get there. So I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me say this. YouTube are just crazy stuff. Not only with live streams, I think it's with all of them personally, my videos as well as my live streams. That's why I premiere all my videos now, because I at least want to see if it gets out there, because otherwise I don't think people even know they're there if I just upload them, because I don't think YouTube is letting people, is alerting people. And I've seen this on my own channel. I've seen my own subscribers, my own subscriptions. I've noticed that I haven't heard from so-and-so in a while, and I'll type them in, and they've done 3 videos since the last time I've seen a video, and I haven't gotten a notification. So I don't know what they're doing. They've done something. They broke something in there. I remember a couple of years ago when they broke everything related to shorts, and they broke something. I don't know what they broke, but praise God. Some tips you found. Oh, well, then say less. You got my number. Matter of fact, I'm about to end this right now. And let me shoot you an email real quick. Make sure you got my number. I think you do. You should have my number. But let me make sure you do. And we'll go from there. But everybody, I want to say thank y'all so much for rocking with me. It's always fun. Y'all know I have a blast doing this. So let's do this again. I guess we'll be doing it again real soon. If anything pops up, I will try my best to jump back on tonight. But I'll definitely, unequivocally, by God's grace, be up in here tomorrow morning, because I'm gonna go meet with my pastor for breakfast, and then we're gonna jump back in here because I got a lot to talk about with California. We got a lot to talk about in California. My goodness, in the morning. That is some crazy stuff going on over there. And what day is it? On Saturday, it's supposed to be some kind of protest nationwide. So they want this foolishness that's happening in LA all over the nation. Y'all pray for us, man. We are in trouble. We are in trouble, man. The petulant children are throwing fits on the cereal aisle, and we need adult supervision. Anyway, everybody, let's get out of here. I will see you all. I got a premiere starting in about 25 minutes. So I'll see you all over there. Check your email, Mind Chaos, and I'll see you all soon. Grace and peace. Take care.